welcome back. You are live with us here in Las Vegas. We're on the expo floor at AWS reInvent 2025, and we're so excited that you're here with us. My name is Fiona McCann. I'm a solutions architect in AWS in the public sector, and I'm joined by the wonderful Jasmine.
Oh, I'm so thankful.
You're so welcome.
I'm just so thankful because the magnificent Fiona cued me on. All right, hey everybody, I'm Jasmine Kyles. I am a senior product manager here at AWS, and I'm watching your comments in the chat. Hey, you're a little quiet today. I need you to pump it up. It's our last day on air for reInvent. So hey, but without further ado, we've got some new friends here joining us on this stage. What's going on? Welcome. Who are you?
Let's start with the hard questions. My name is Tobias Ternström. I run our commercial databases organization. So this is RDS for SQL Server, Oracle, DB2, as well as ODB at AWS.
Okay.
And our database migration service.
Fantastic.
Awesome. Hey folks. Really excited to be here. I'm Prashant. I'm a senior SDM with RDS SQL Server. I've been with Amazon for quite some time. Super excited to be here at reInvent with you folks.
So you said quite some time. How many years is quite some time?
At Amazon, 13 years. AWS, 12 years.
How many reInvents?
I don't remember.
Too many to count.
Well, let's talk about reInvent this year. You've had a lot of lunches that your team has supported. What's been your favorite?
Ooh,
and is it true that there's 3.5?
Well, yeah, there's 3.5, but I will not say which one is the half. Okay. Yeah, no, I think we're super excited about these. We're trying to do, I would say, two things mainly. One is customers are just running bigger and bigger SQL Server and Oracle, especially workloads on RDS.
Right.
So we have quadrupled the database size that you can have. So you can now run up to 256 TB of database.
Okay. Quadrupled.
Wow.
Quadrupled.
Wow.
And it's not only the size, it's also the throughput and the IOPS.
Right.
Quadrupled. So that's really cool. And we have tens of thousands of customers that depend on us, and it's quite a lot of them that need to go just bigger and bigger. And the rest of the launches are really focused on just lowering the cost for our customers. So. Yeah, sorry.
No, I was going to say absolutely. We love lowering costs. We love listening to customers. And just for all the customers who are listening there who maybe haven't used RDS before, a relational database service is a managed service for scaling relational databases. This is a specific subset of RDS for SQL Server and for Oracle. Could you tell us a little bit more about what kinds of customers are using your specific set of RDS and what kind of customers were telling you they needed that 4 times size increase?
Yeah, good question. I would say it's more or less all types of customers that run SQL Server
Everyone.
and Oracle. Yeah, it's hard to say. You have small customers, you have really large enterprise customers, you have smaller workloads, you have the largest types of database workloads as well. So it's really it's boring maybe to say, but it's more or less everyone. Yeah.
Get in, everyone's doing it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So when you thought about these new launches, what were the basic functionalities or must-haves that you needed? What customer feedback drove those?
Well, so the first one was obvious we just need more storage and throughput for larger workloads. And then the other launches are really focused on lowering cost.
Okay.
So we've lowered for RDS SQL Server, we've lowered our prices by up to 55%. And to go further, customers can also lower just their license cost that goes to Microsoft in this case by turning off individual vCPUs. So you pay by vCPU, and let's say you have a virtual machine with 32 vCPUs, but you really only need, 25. You can go and turn off 7 of those vCPUs to lower your costs further.
Wow. So when you talk, I think it might be hard for other people to conceptualize this amount of data because it's hard for me to conceptualize it. But when you talk about 256, was it terabits?
Yes, correct.
How much data is that? Do you have any way to help us conceptualize what 256 terabits actually means?
Well, it's TB bytes.
TB bytes, thank you.
Sorry, so otherwise they have to divide by 8.
Yeah.
But it's a good question. I don't have a good, we were actually having this debate yesterday or the day before, because a buddy of mine, Amrit, with DynamoDB, has a talk, and he talks about how many bathtubs you need to fill with, how many bathtubs of rice you need to fill in order to handle all of the throughput that we have in DynamoDB in a second.
And how many bathtubs of rice is it?
Yeah, it was a lot of them.
Yeah. Fiona and I are fascinated about this, but what were we comparing to the atom?
Oh, yeah. We learned about the size of a nanometer yesterday.
Yeah. So
it's very small, I guess.
Yeah.
Smaller than like a cell, an animal cell.
Yeah.
No.
Smaller than a ribosome.
Yes.
What?
So
A ribosome?
a ribosome
Of
is part
course
of
it
a
is.
cell. Yeah.
Obviously.
Like, what's
Yeah.
that from sixth
Yeah.
grade science?
Yeah.
But yeah, so if you get that answer for us about how many bathtubs
Of rice.
for the throughput, we want to know.
Yeah, no, this is critical. That is actually, when you look at customer feedback, it's probably the number one question we get asked is just the number of bathtubs.
Yeah.
Right. Everyone needs to know about bathtubs. We're all wondering it. And tell us a little bit more about those cost savings. Is this something that customers were asking you for? Is this something that we're just delivering before they ask? And how have customers reacted as well?
Well, so the reactions, we've been talking to a lot of customers here at reInvent after Matt's keynote, and the reactions have been very strong.
They like it?
They like it. It turns out.
Surprise.
So basically, all they need to do is just switch to the 7th generation instance type.
Okay.
And they have the savings. Now, on top of that, we launched database savings plans, as I think Joe was on here talking about. So that applies as further savings that you can have. And then I think Prashant is also going to demo that we now support SQL Server Developer Edition,
Right.
which doesn't carry a license cost from Microsoft. So for all of your non-production workloads, you can basically simply switch over to Developer Edition and greatly lower your cost.
Okay.
That's fantastic. And this might be outside of the scope of this conversation specifically, but can you just tell us why those instances, when they turn on those instances and they see those savings, what is it about those instances that is causing that reduction in cost?
Well, for this, it's two things really. One is we've changed how we allocate CPUs on the instances.
Okay.
And it has to do with something called hyperthreading or symmetric multithreading. So we've turned off hyperthreading for larger instances, which basically reduces the vCPUs that you have to license with for SQL Server and Windows.
Okay.
And further, we've also reduced our prices.
Yeah. Wow. Okay, talk to me a little bit about, because this is always the one that I'm like, when I talk to customers, they want to know how, they can gain the confidence in using, something new, for example, or like, hey, you sure you want me to do that? Like, if I press this button.
And Jasmine, you know what helps me learn how to do things that are new?
Yes.
A little demo,
To see a demo. Yeah. But instilling that confidence in folks who are using the developer edition.
Yep.
Like, what does that mean for them?
Yes.
Well,
no, I'm
maybe
going
you
to say
can answer, Prashant.
yes, it's very easy to use developer edition on RDS SQL Server, and we'll demo that today.
Yeah.
So it's not something that customers have to worry about. Like there are like 100 steps they need to go follow. Absolutely no. We made it as easy as possible. Just going back to your previous question on like what were some of the tenets we took for these features was like, along with making these features available, we also wanted to make sure it's easy for customers to use, right? Like not have to jump through many hoops.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Sounds like we're going to see it. Should we go ahead and take a look?
Yes.
Let's do it.
So we'll do two things. We'll first look at the additional storage volumes.
Okay.
Okay.
So the first thing here is I'm just going to show you an instance which doesn't have any of the additional storage volume. So you go to...
So this is what it would have been before the launch?
Yes, this is before the launch, right?
Okay.
So you have your instance. If you go to the configuration tab, you see your primary storage, and that's about it, right?
Okay.
You don't have additional storage volumes.
Right.
Now I'm going to go back and let's look at an instance with additional storage volume.
Ah, okay.
So you go back to the same configuration, and you still see the primary storage here.
Yeah.
But then if you scroll down...
But it's also, the primary storage is larger here, no?
It can be. So
because this one says it's 500.
Yes, this is, when I configured my instance, I set it at 500. Amazon, we're all about frugality.
Yeah.
So we don't use it unless we absolutely need it. So yes, but it can go up to 64 terabytes.
Okay,
each,
got it.
Right? And then we have the additional storage volumes that we provisioned before.
Okay.
And even each of these can go to 64 terabytes each.
Wow.
And the next thing I think I wanted to kind of just go over is like actually... Okay, let's create an instance.
Yeah, let's do it.
So because that's what I've been talking about, that it's really easy. So
And you can add these additional storage volumes to your existing instances.
Yes, and I'll show that as well.
That's nice. Okay, let's
Yes.
see that as well.
Okay, let's
So if
see
people
it.
already are using RDS right now without these additional storage volumes,
Yes.
Yeah.
it's
They
simple
can
to...
just go and
Yes.
expand.
Yeah.
That's
Correct.
perfect.
So I'm creating an RDS for Oracle instance.
Okay.
Just sticking with all of the defaults here.
Yep.
I'm just going to go
Production
to
template, dev test
dev
template.
test. I don't want a multi-AZ instance right now. Again, just sticking with all of the defaults.
Okay.
Okay.
And I come
Standard
here.
classes.
Then I go look at the storage, and
Storage.
here is where is the new field,
Ah.
the additional storage volumes. right?
Okay.
And so I can add an additional storage volume.
Okay.
You can add up to 3 additional storage volumes, making a
Okay.
total of 4. The first one is called RDS DB data, and then you have 2, 3, and 4. You just pick one of those,
Okay.
Okay.
and you provision how much of a storage you want.
Wow.
Right? And then which kind of, the other thing I forgot to mention is, till now you only had to have one kind of a storage type on your RDS instance. So if it was like the primary was IO2, everything was as IO2, but here you can mix and match to optimize costs again.
Ah, okay. Could you tell us when you would use one type versus another?
Yes. So let's say you wanted your database log files to be on storage which has very good latencies. You
Okay,
put that
yeah.
on the IO2 volumes.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
maybe your database files or your temp DB files, right? Like those can go onto the GP3 volumes. So that's one use case.
Okay.
And yes, so then you just pick, your storage type, your IOPS, and your throughput, and basically you just go and did I actually add the volume there? I think I did. So just
I think
go
you did.
down
And scroll down
just
and
create.
update it. And I want to call out that in the chat, we are seeing you. Zubai Raleigh is tuning in all the way from Morocco. So thank you for being here
Ooh.
live with us. If anyone else is tuning in from somewhere fun around the world, let us know where you're watching from.
Yep. So I'm just going to increase this to one of our latest instances, the
All right.
M794XL,
Perfect.
and then just create that,
And create.
and the create starts.
There you go.
And so it's exactly the same flow as before with an additional tab, right? Very, very intuitive to just go into. And now let's take this instance, right?
Okay.
This didn't have an ASV, so this is a customer who had an existing instance, and now I'm just going to modify this instance.
So now you're going to show how easy it is if you're not already
Yes.
using these additional Okay, perfect.
Right?
Let's
so
take a look at
now
that.
you have your instance, and we've launched this feature. You just want to go and add this. Again, you go back to your instance, you go to
Okay.
configuration, primary storage, and right below here, you have
Add additional
storage
storage.
volume, right? And the same options, you just pick and choose what you want.
Mm-hmm.
And then, in this case, I'm just adding something. Again, apply immediately and submit.
And then there you go.
Yep.
Wow.
So it's starting to add
And
a
it's
storage
being added.
volume. Right? So it's as easy as that. Now, the other part of this is, okay, once you've added these volumes, how do you actually go and use these volumes, right?
Okay.
True.
So for that, let me just go back here. So if I go back to my pre-demo with ASV, so this has a few volumes. So I hope this is visible.
Yeah, we can see. It's perfect.
Okay.
My vision's bad, and even I can see it.
Okay. So again, this is a simple query just to show that these are the table spaces that are currently on the instance.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to just show this. This is showing us the current value of where my files are going to be created. Right?
Okay.
It says /RDSDB data. It
Right.
does not say 2, 3, or 4. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new table space.
Okay.
And the table space gets created. It's called demo ASV. I
ASV.
am going to now just query that again.
And you would do something similar on SQL Server. In this
Okay.
case, we're
Okay.
showing it on Oracle.
An Oracle.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so now the table space is created, and the
Perfect.
file name is in RDSDB data. It's still on the primary storage, not on the additional storage volumes.
Okay.
And I'm going to add a file to this, and now just run this query again just
Okay.
to see the file actually got created.
Let's check.
Yep, so now I have 2 files,
There
same
you go.
table space, both in RDSDB data. And this is how I'm going to now start using my additional storage volumes, right? So first I set the db create file test, and here I'm calling it out to be RDSDB data 2,
2.
right?
Huh.
And just double checking that that's actually
Got created.
being set.
Perfect.
It's changed to 2.
Beautiful.
And now I'm just going to add a file, right? And now when I go back and check, I should see 3 files. And yep, the third one, and it is on RDSDB data 2.
Aha.
So that's how easy it is to add a new data file to a table space
Right.
in the new additional storage volumes, right?
Fantastic.
And now, let's say that I have this second file that I added. I mistakenly added it to the primary storage, and I want to move it, right?
Okay, to the additional storage.
Yep, just one.
Let's move it on over.
Yep, and
yeah, there's a move data file. I see.
yep, and then I don't know if this is visible, but I mean that's fine.
It's tiny, but even I can see it says that it was moved.
Yes.
The move was completed successfully.
Yes, that's what it says, but we can always double check.
Let's double check it.
Yep.
Prashant likes double checking.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And yep, you go here, we see RDS data 2.
And there you
right?
go.
And so that is the additional storage volumes. Depth,
Wow.
Right. So it's super easy to use. And again, if you have maybe 1 more minute.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, let's
Squeeze
do
it in.
Okay, so here I'm just going to take my ASV. With this, I am going to go to really quickly just go to this instance with ASVs. And if I go back to my configuration tab, right, you see now it shows RDS data 2.
Right.
It also shows 3, but it shows 2 is
not in
active.
use? Okay.
Yes, because I've not put a file in there.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
And because I have no files in there, I
Right.
can actually go and I can just delete this.
Oh.
Right? And if I did have a file in there, I wouldn't be able to.
And this is very useful because one thing that customers have asked us for is to be able to shrink storage volumes.
Right.
We don't support that for the primary volume, but because of the fact that you now have these additional volumes, you can move data between them, so you can empty one, drop
Properly
it.
allocate it.
Exactly. So you have control, so you can reduce your costs,
Right.
and so on.
Cool. Since we're running short of time, let's move on to the next one.
Okay.
This is the developer edition. This is my favorite launch out of the ones we
Okay,
launched.
then we
I'm
got to see it
excited for
quickly.
developer edition.
So this is Microsoft SQL Server.
Okay.
I'm launching that, and see the new one thing here.
Yeah,
Microsoft Developer
Edition.
Right. Now to use Developer Edition, you need to create something called a custom engine version. I have
Okay.
one here that we'll use, but this is how you create a custom engine version. Right. You just pick the latest minor versions what we support, and as time goes, we'll add more. Just give it a name. Say demo
and then version.
test, something like that.
Yeah.
Just in case I had something else with the same name before.
Right.
And then here I just pick the actual SQL Server binaries, right?
Huh.
So I need to pick the actual ISO file, which is the base RTM.
And this is a special thing for Developer Edition,
Yes.
because Microsoft asks us to provide, you have to provide the media that you install your Developer Edition from. So
Okay.
customers upload their own media.
Okay.
And then we deploy it.
They have their own. Okay,
Correct.
customized.
So I just picked the RTM and then the CU21 on top of that. And once that is done, I just hit create custom engine version, right? And now that will take some time, so we're not going to wait for that.
Yeah.
I do have an engine version already created here, so I'm just going to use the one that I have. And if you see when I refreshed it, the one that I'm creating now, it
It's
goes
pending,
into
it's
pending
there.
validation, then it'll go to verification, and then available. So I'm just going to use the one that I already have.
Prashant, I'm so sorry to do this to you, but I think we're going to have to stop here.
Okay,
So,
that's
if
fine.
people want to go and continue to learn this, where do we send them?
Oh, we have tons of documentation. We have, I think we have a breakout session that's been recorded on YouTube.
Perfect.
Okay.
And this is actually perfect because this is where you just go back to the normal RDS flow of creating an
Yeah.
instance.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and nothing is
Beautiful.
different.
Okay.
Fantastic. Well, this was so much fun. Thank you both for coming on and sharing this with the audience. We hope that people will go and follow those links. We hope to see you again sometime soon. And we hope that you don't go anywhere. So stick with us. We have lots more launches, and see you soon.